Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shay walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section. She call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, then laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I let gang, back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, then laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, is somebody hurt? Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with Shay.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. On Shay's tube, she back again.
It's late night with Shay.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Shades Tube Late Night Owls Talk Time. Thank you guys so much for being here. Happy and blessed Wednesday. And I am happy to see you guys checking me out in this live. Tonight we will be talking about the 12-year-old little girl named Jada West. She got into an altercation, a physical altercation after school, and she ended up unalive, you guys. So we're going to be talking about her. And I'm going to give you guys some updates on Nancy Guthrie, Lil Durk, and I think that's it for tonight, okay? So go get you something to drink, a relaxing seat, bed, or whatever. If you are at work, continue to do your job and watch and listen to me on the down low, all right? Let's go ahead and do this copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area. Part of it is scrolling across that screen right there. Guys, if you enjoyed this content tonight, make sure you thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure to share and leave a comment. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to show additional support, you can feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, Cash App donation at $Shades2, or you can copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. Thank you guys. We appreciate you guys, and I definitely appreciate everybody's views, okay? Y'all check out my latest Country Wayne reaction. If you watch Country Wayne skits, check out my latest daily news reaction that I did yesterday. It was pretty good. The topic I was talking about. Check out my latest Night Owl Live from Monday. That was a pretty good topic as well. And what else? My latest Dollar Tree haul that just came out tonight. Check that out. And thank you guys so much. And check out my YouTube shorts as well. And thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. It definitely is a sad and unfortunate story. But sadly, I don't think charges should be filed on the other girl. But the school definitely got to answer some questions. So that's what we get ready to talk about right now. Let me go ahead and change this banner real quick, you guys, and then put some music on in the background as well. And so the little girl name is Jada West, okay? Let me put the sad story over. Okay, now this just happened, I think maybe a day or so ago. This little girl, what happened to her, you guys? Let me go ahead and do this and change everything up real quick. And I hope you guys had a beautiful Wednesday and happy and blessed Thursday to you as well. Okay. And I got to find it. I don't never know what nothing is in here. Because this thing, I got in the alphabet all the time. Let me put her name up here. All right. In the background music. And we are getting ready to get started. And let's see. Oh, let me get the story off of my WhatsApp real quick. It's probably, let me see if it's on my new phone, my old one. So it's actually on this one right here. Hold on, y'all, for a second. Let me get the story. So, all right, you guys. So, what happened? It's really low now. Okay, so a girl, 12 years old, passes after a savage fight with fellow student at a school bus stop. Okay, let's see here. So anyway, the 12-year-old passed, you guys, just like I said, after she was filmed fighting with another girl after being ordered off their school bus. And that's according to the police in Georgia, okay? Jada West passed on from a brain injury days after collapsing following March the 5th savage brawl near her home in Villa Rica, just outside of Atlanta. Sickening cell phone video shared on Facebook by West's aunt, DeQuella McClendon, shows her and another girl appearing to argue over being kicked off the bus at around 5 p.m. She done made all these people get off the bus. The person recording is heard saying, as West says she doesn't know the person she was arguing with. Who is going to fight you over some noise? Another onlooker says as the pair, students at Mason Creek Middle School, exchange more words. I don't know who wrote this up. Everybody I know, I kick ass. So please don't start with me. The other girl says this to West before the fight breaks out. West and the other girl are seen punching and slapping each other repeatedly before they fall to the ground with a loud thud. So I'm looking at still shots. Okay. Oh my God, Jada, a friend calls out after West appeared to fall on her back. Jada was able to get up and walk away, but had to be rushed to the hospital shortly afterward when her heart stopped, according to her aunt. She posted a video of West in the hospital, hooked up to various machines after she suffered brain damage. It may seem like a normal fight, but before my niece could make it home, her heart stopped. And wrote on Facebook on Saturday, a day before her niece was alive. Let's see what they got on there. Oh, that's sad. Mm-mm-mm. Two girls did not know each other before the argument, which began at the school and continued on the school bus, according to McClendon. So they got into it at the school and it continued on the school bus. And then it escalated outside of the school bus. So if they were on the bus in an argument, why didn't the school bus driver stop the bus and make them stop? If my sister's child, hold on, because we are broken by this. Someone who has never been in trouble or a fight, but stood her ground against a bully. So the thing is, she claims that the other girl, Jada, and Jada stood up for herself. West, her daughter had been a frequent victim of bullying since her recent transfer to the school. Further details about West's unaliving, including exactly when she passed, have yet to be released. Okay. As of yet, no charges have been filed and no one else in the footage has been identified publicly. And that's according to the Villa Rica Police Department. So the police department is working alongside the Douglas County District Attorney's office in the case. And that's who will decide if there will be any charges, okay? The local school district said it was deeply saddened by her unaliving. They said, we extend our heartfelt condolences and prayers to her family and loved ones during this difficult time. She will be remembered by her teachers, her classmates, and all who knew her. So a spokesperson told Fox 5, adding that it was under police jurisdiction as it was after dismissal and not on school property. So again, the question I ask again is, why didn't the bus driver stop this entire argument on the bus? And if this other little girl didn't live in that area, the bus driver should have made her stay on the bus, okay, and took her to her area where she gets off at. And that way Jada gets off at her bus stop and makes it home without getting into an altercation. And if she felt like she can handle the kids, why not stop the bus, don't open the doors and call the police? Why not do that and let the police deal with it? That one little girl still would be alive today if they would have did it that way. Right, and that's right. You're right. You could easily not. She could have easily not opened those doors, okay? And then just call the police. Even if the other girl got off the bus, she could have made Jada stay on the bus and call Jada's mom. Told Jada to call her mother up and let her mother come and get her off the bus. Even if the other girl would have refused to sit on the bus and got off, that doesn't mean you have to let Jada off, since she knew that they were bickering. So she should have made Jada sit down, because Jada probably wouldn't listen to her, right? And then let Jada call her mom to come and get her. And that way that was still alive. That whole entire story is a hot mess, okay? The thing is, when we send our kids to school, we're not sending them to school to fight, okay? And to be bullied. And I'm telling you straight up, these schools need to do something about that anyway. You know, even though the actual fight did not happen on school, premises or anything, it started there. It started there, okay? So it started there and it went on into the bus. And on the bus is where it should have ended, okay? It should have ended on the bus. And again, I feel like if that daggone bus driver would have just closed those doors, don't open the doors. And if the other girl would insist on let her off, would make Jada sit there and let Jada call her mom to get her. So let's see here. You said the video isn't bad. Watch it on TikTok. Say you don't have to share. I want your opinion. Let me look at the video real quick. I don't think I can show it on my channel because they be tripping out on YouTube. Okay. Let me see something real quick. Stupid ass, man. These people are stupid. For real, for real. Let me just say the story right here real quick. Okay, let me go pull up this video. So it's too graphic to show on TikTok, right? Jermaine. I gotta tell y'all about this. I got some updates on Jeffrey Epstein too, okay? Okay, now let me go ahead and look this video up real quick. Let me look it up on my phone. Let me see what it looks like first, y'all. Y'all just hold on real quick. Let me see. What is the title of it? Let's see. Jada West fight. Here it is right here. I just put her name up here. So this is it right here. Let's see what's going on here. I can't tell which one is Jada. Oh, Jada is the one with the braid. Well, hold on. Let me see. Hold on for a minute, y'all. So Jada, yeah, I see her here. I make it show y'all this one right here. Let me see what they showing. Hold on, y'all. Let me mute this music. You said I can't show it on here? Mute this real quick. Let me mute this. Okay, let's go back over here and let's do present, share screen, and they might even pull up. Hold on. Let me cancel this. Let me put TikTok. I don't know what happened to it. Let me put it up. New one. Hold on for a minute, y'all. See, I see these two right here. Let me see. Let me put TikTok back on here. Hold on. Okay, now let me share. Present, share screen. So this, share. Okay, now. Oh my gosh, man. Where's this bus? Okay, let me see if I'm looking at the same one on my phone. Okay, let's see here. Which one I want to think I want to show this.
First of all, please stop at me. Everybody knows I can help, so please don't stop at me. You will get your stuff in my leg. You will get your stuff in my leg.
A young girl named Jada West has
The girl in the white shirt, the sweater is Jada, okay?
died after suffering injuries from a fight that reportedly took place at a bus stop, and the tragedy is now sparking outrage and renewed conversations about bullying. According to accounts circulating online, Jada's family had recently moved into the neighborhood, and she began riding the school bus in the area. Reports claim she had been dealing with ongoing bullying from the same group of girls for several months. On the day of the incident, the situation...
Okay, so those same group of girls, same girl, she was bullying her, okay? So she was just standing up for herself.
allegedly escalated when multiple students got off the bus at the same stop as Jada. What followed was a confrontation that reportedly turned physical. After the fight, Jada suffered serious injuries and later passed away. Many people online have questioned how the situation unfolded and whether more could have been done to prevent it.
First of all, you ain't talking to me. Everybody knows I get down, so please don't start with me. You will get your stuff in my leg. You will get it up my leg. Don't ever say that word to me.
A young girl named Jada.
Okay. So the other girl back there is the one who was talking all that smack. Like I said, I feel like the daggone school bus driver could have stopped this, okay? Because if I was the bus driver and they are on my bus bickering, I would have told them to be quiet. So say they would have started talking back. So the door would have been closed and I would tell them that I'm calling the police, okay? Point blank. If the other girl insists on getting out, then Jada would have stayed on. And I would have told Jada to call her mom to get her off the bus, period. This could have been avoided straight up, okay? Because it started at school. It kept on going on the bus. And then after they got off the bus, it went on further. All the kids got off of the bus. And I thought somebody else said the other girl who was fighting Jada, I thought they said that wasn't her normal, stop where she gets off at. She should have been still on the bus. That's what I'm saying. So let's see what else we got on these on this. Let's see what the mom's saying.
Not kill my baby. I don't wish this on nobody.
Heartbreaking news. A 12-year-old girl has died after a fight with another student shortly after getting off a school bus. The victim, Jada West, was a student in Georgia. According to reports, the incident began with an argument between two students while they were riding the school bus. After the bus stopped and the students got off, the argument escalated into a physical fight near the neighborhood where Jada lived. Witness videos circulating online appear to show the two girls fighting in the street while other students watched. Not long after the fight ended, Jada reportedly began feeling unwell and suddenly collapsed. Emergency responders were called and she was rushed to a nearby hospital. Doctors later determined she had suffered a severe brain injury. Jada fell into a coma and remained hospitalized for several days. Sadly, she died from her injuries on March 8, leaving her family and community devastated. Local police have launched an investigation into the incident and are reviewing cell phone footage recorded by witnesses. Authorities say they are working to determine exactly what happened and whether any criminal charges will be filed. Meanwhile, Jada's family says she had recently transferred to a new school and had been struggling with bullying before the incident. The tragedy has sparked renewed concerns about school safety and bullying among students.
Not kill my baby.
That's sad, man.
I don't wish this on nobody.
Heartbreaking news.
It's so dead or sad. What's the name of the video? Jermaine, hold on. So let's see what else we got. Is this the bus right here? Is this on a bus? This couldn't be on the bus, is it? This couldn't be on the bus. That's got to be a reenactment. Yeah, that's probably real. I can't show that. Let's see. Somebody said charge the bus driver, school district, the students, and their parents. I don't know. That's why I honestly believe they should have some type of security or something on those buses. Sometimes those school bus drivers, they be scared of the kids because some of these kids are BAD. I'm not going to lie. They be threatening to do something to the bus driver, okay? So this is why I think they should have like a security officer, on the bus with the bus driver. Because these kids be going to get out of control. I'm going to tell you that straight up. So I can't say for sure to charge the bus driver. I think she should have not let the kids get off but I'm sure the other child might have said no. So it just all depends. But I know one thing, she definitely could have called the police for sure. And then once you said the police, they might not have a girl who got off the bus stop, and then they probably would stay on the bus and get in trouble. Many things that you could do. Wait a minute, hold on, let's see what they're saying right here.
I'm making this video Jada West, and I'm only making this video because everybody want to keep one TikTok making story. What the fuck happened? And I'm sorry for this. Everybody keep making videos about what happened. Situation. If you didn't see the video, you shouldn't be talking about what the fuck happened, how the fuck the situation went, and that's just how the fuck I feel.
You're right. That bus driver should have called the police. You know, even if the bus driver would close the doors, or one of the kids would have been like, "Open the door, I want to get off," and you let that child off. I think if she could have made Jay say, you know, I think even if she could have called the police, or at least threatened to call the police.
My cousin moved to that school in December. She has been talking about getting bullied, telling one of my other little cousins she was getting bullied, and she did it to her mom. And I feel at the end of the day, kids are kids, and stuff kids are parents. So you can't blame her for that. Jada was so open-hearted girl. Jada, she didn't like drama. Who
is that talking in the background?
She always was the peacemaker. The fucking video. That she had fucking cup in her hand. But it's because she just got off the motherfucking bus. She didn't use the cup. She didn't fight with the cup. After she got off the bus, she's clearly in the video saying, I don't know why the fuck y'all get off the bus. Because if she feel like she finna touch me, I'm finna beat her fucking ass. Mind you, she's saying that defending herself because a bunch of kids just got off a motherfucking bus where they did not motherfucking stay to see a fight that she did not know about. Mind you, in the video that everybody got so much to motherfucking say about, in the video, she said, who the fuck finna fight over some noise? Who does that? That is what Jada said. The girl continues to say back to Jada, oh, I was just trying to see because you was doing it. You was saying a lot on the bus. Mind you, this is an 8th grader picking with her, saying, oh, it's too loud. Like,
so the other girl is in the 8th grade, and Jada, 12 years old, is probably in what? The 6th, 7th grade? I think around the 6th grade, maybe. It could be the 7th grade.
The bus is fucking loud. It's a fucking school bus. What the fuck y'all be having motherfucking going on? The fuck? Y'all be feeling like, oh, I'm 8th grade. I run the motherfucking school. But let me tell you this, bitch. When y'all get in motherfucking high school, somebody higher gonna humble the fuck out y'all ass if y'all feel like that, bitch. My parents ain't never taught me to be a bully a day in my motherfucking life. And I kid you not, I would be damned if I let that shit start with my motherfucking kids, and I don't even got no motherfucking kids. Let my kids feel like they finna bully any motherfucking body. I'ma send your ass to jail my motherfucking self. The fact that that girl,
oh yeah, it is.
Mama,
oh yeah, it is age difference.
Was waiting when they got off the bus, knowing it was some bullshit. The bus driver drove off, let all the motherfucking kids get off that motherfucking bus, knowing they was arguing on the bus at first. It's wrong as fuck. And all y'all should be in motherfucking jail for that shit. But like I was saying though, the girl said, oh, I was just trying to see because it was a lot of talking and shit. And Jada was just like defending herself in the video. Like, I would post before a video, but I'm even mad that the video is even all on TikTok, all on Instagram, all on Reels, and it's not even a whole motherfucking video. It's the beginning of it. So of course that's why y'all ass the fuck confused. After Jada's pressing the girl about, Jada's telling the girl, I don't know you. What am I fighting you for? I don't even know who you are. The girl said, oh, everybody know who I get down. Or Jada said, I don't know who the fuck you is. Then the girl was like, oh, I don't know who the fuck you talking to. Jada said, well, you're the only person that's talking, so I'm talking to you. The girl proceeds to ask Jada, do you need that? Jada said, bitch, do you need that? So they're arguing. You can't hear what the fuck they said in the video. The girl goes to put her shit down. So Jada take her shit down and she put her fucking Stanley Cup on the motherfucking ground. They start fighting. And what's crazy is the girl talk about beating Jada motherfucking ass and Jada whooped your ass. You bitches want to play bully so motherfucking bad. Got your ass beat by the person you bullying. The fuck? But then, as they're fighting, Jada falls backwards because she's trying to drag the girl.
So I see right now I'm gonna have to not monetize this video. This little girl just cussing up a storm. Anyway.
Down, pull her to the ground. They're fighting on concrete. Jada falls backwards and she falls on her head. The girl rolled over her, so I guess that fucked her up in a way. But then they both rolled over and Jada kind of had her like a little headlock or whatever. You know, people started breaking it up. You can hear Jada friend in the video yelling when Jada fell because I'm pretty sure they all heard some shit. That's probably why they broke that shit up. You can hear Jada friend in the video yelling, "Oh my gosh, Jada! Y'all see her talking so much shit because y'all ain't see shit. Y'all going off of what other people motherfucking saying. Y'all reading Jada grandma caption talking about something y'all can't understand it. Y'all don't want to read it. Y'all don't feel like reading all. Okay then, get the fuck on. Don't read shit. Because now y'all got me mad as fuck. Of course, y'all can't understand what the fuck she talking about because she's trying to type this shit and probably crying at the same motherfucking time. Y'all have no fucking respect. And it's making me mad as fuck. That is a little ass girl. That girl is 12 years old trying to sit here and defend herself to somebody she don't even know over some fucking noise on the place. And I pray everybody get held accountable for that shit. The girl that fought her, the mama that sat there and let her fall, the mama that was yelling in her motherfucking face. At the
Wait a minute. Wait. It was a mother there? Goodness.
In that video, talk about fighting my motherfucking cousin, a 12-year-old. And my cousin said,
What? Let me rewind it.
That is fuck. That is a little ass girl. That girl is 12 years old trying to sit here and defend herself to somebody she don't even know over some fucking noise on the place. And I pray everybody get held accountable for that shit. The girl that fought her, the mama that sat there and let her fall, the mama that was yelling in her motherfucking face at the end of that video talking about fighting my motherfucking cousin, a 12-year-old. And my cousin said, you ain't gonna fight me. Mind you, Jada's grabbing her shit. She picking her book bag up. Her friend got Jada's Stanley Cup in her hand. Jada's grabbing her shit and already walking away. The other girl, mama, I don't know what the fuck her name is. I don't give a fuck. The other girl, mama, is telling all in Jada's face as Jada picking her shit up. Oh, you need to take your ass home. I'm an adult. This. Bitch, you need to get your ass beat like an adult did since you're a motherfucking adult. The fuck? I do not like adults that sit there and being kid shit and feed into kid shit. These kids are fucking middle schoolers and now one of them is dead because your daughter wanted to sit here and fuck with her and fight her. Everybody got it wrong. Yeah, she fell. Yeah, she had a concussion, but her heart fucking stopped. And her heart was stopped for so motherfucking long. By the time she got to the hospital, they couldn't even do shit to fucking save her. She was gone before she got to the motherfucking hospital. Yeah, she was in a coma and this, that, and the third. Her heart was stopped. Her heart was stopped for too fucking long. Yeah, they resuscitated her and shit. That didn't do shit. They saved her heart, but she was already brain dead. She wasn't getting enough oxygen to her fucking brain. She was in a coma for a day or two. But she wasn't gonna wake up. And y'all sitting here talking like y'all know who the fuck she is, like she's the aggressor and shit like this. I grew up with her, and me myself know she's not the aggressor. She's a sweet ass girl. She just fucking moved there. Just started going to that school. You people have no fucking heart, and I'm so fucking irritated that I have to sit here and make a video to clear this shit up. Y'all have no fucking heart. That girl lost her fucking life trying to defend her fucking self. And y'all want to sit here and try to make narratives and try to make the person that's dead look like the bad motherfucking guy when she's clearly defending herself from the beginning of the video until the end. Even with her fucking, other girl mama, she was still defending herself. I'm irritated by this whole motherfucking situation.
Stop fucking watching me.
It should have never got this motherfucking far. Y'all need to teach our kids to not bully, to treat everybody with kindness and respect and love. Because respect goes both ways. And if Jada was getting disrespected, she had every right to fucking defend her fucking self. The fuck?
That's right, girl. Tell her. Wait, let me see what she.
Fuck every last one of y'all. Stop making stories about some shit y'all don't motherfucking know. Fuck. I'm making
Tell
this
them, girl.
video.
Tell them, girl. Tell them, girl. Goodness. They said in the daggone article on the news, I mean, that she was being bullied by those girls. Okay? So when I hear that, it makes me think that a group of girls was bullying her, including the one that was fighting her. They was bickering at school and went on the bus. I'm still, hold this damn thing. Hold on, y'all. You're not gonna be listening to me way over here. Okay, I'm still trying to figure out why the school bus driver did not lock those doors and tell them to make them stop the bus, lock those doors, tell them to stop, or she's calling the police. And I feel like she should have made them stay on the bus and made their parents come and pick them up. Or if one wanted to get off, don't let the other one off. Simple as that. So let's see. I'm glad she went up there and explained though, but I can see it for what it's worth. I know when they said the bully thing, I knew then. And I even told Jermaine, Jada seems like she was just standing up for herself. Period. She's not gonna let somebody bully her. It was already bullying her. So she's got to stand up for herself, because if she doesn't, this is gonna get worse. So let's see what else we got here. That's sad. Okay. So he says not the school bus driver's fault. I think the school bus driver should have stopped that. Okay. Goodness. Let me see what he's talking about real quick. Oh, we can't listen to this. These people in this music. Hey, Tony Bands, thank you so much for being here. No, this is a different person right here, isn't it? I can't really tell. It's probably not even actual.
Due to the injuries from the fight that she had on the bus stop. Now, if y'all have not heard about this situation, this is the young lady that had been bullied and beat up at the bus stop. She had been bullied for several months. The family just moved into this neighborhood, and she did start riding the bus, and she's been having issues with these same girls for about 3 months. This particular day, the situation escalated, and when she was getting off at her bus stop, apparently the girls ended up getting off on her stop as well. A lot of people in the comments are very upset about the bus driver letting the girls off the bus. I will say this, most bus drivers will, hey, you cannot get off on the bus, but y'all have to understand these kids are totally different than what they was back in the day.
And listen, that's why I said if one of them wanted to get off, it probably would be the one that bullies people, okay? So you can let her ass on off. But at the same time, you could still be calling the police, and you make Jada stay on the bus and have her call her mom. And once you threaten to call the police anyway, the argument would probably cease. And she could have actually called the police. She could have stopped that school bus and y'all cut it out. And if they wouldn't have cut it out, then you go ahead and say, I'm going to call the police. Then you call 911. The police will be there really quickly. And then guess what? Jada will still be alive today. That's why I say sometimes we have to call the police. Otherwise, you get situations just like this. And then the police still comes. So let's see what else we got here. Wish I could have seen the actual fight, but I don't see it on here. I know this is not the actual pitch thing.
A young girl named Jada West has died after suffering injuries from a fight a young girl named
No, that couldn't be. They're just showing her what's the name.
Jada West has died after suffering injuries.
Maybe I've been heard that bit. I'm not sure.
From a fight that reportedly took place at a bus stop, and the tragedy is now sparking outrage and renewed conversations about bullying. According to accounts circulating online, Jada's family had recently moved into the neighborhood and she began riding the school bus in the area. Reports claim she had been dealing with ongoing bullying from the same group of girls for several months. On the day of the incident, the situation allegedly escalated when multiple students got off the bus at the same stop as Jada. What followed was a confrontation that reportedly turned physical. After the fight, Jada suffered serious injuries and later passed away. Many people online have questioned how the situation unfolded and whether more could have been done to prevent it. Some have also debated the role of adults in supervising situations like bus stops and school transportation. At this stage, the full details of the incident and any potential charges remain under investigation. For many in the community, the focus is now on one painful reality: a young life has been lost. And the tragedy is a reminder of how serious the consequences of bullying can become. A young girl named Jada.
That's definitely true. Um, this is not a good thing. And this is why schools, social media, just you as a parent, we need to do more. When our kids come home and say some other kids are messing with them. When my kids were in school, if they tell me something like that, man, I used to take my kids to school, pick them up, and if need be, pull them out of that school because, these kids these days are something else, okay? They really are. And you just never know what they may do. So as far as the school bus driver, I can kind of understand what she probably was going through because some of these kids will fight a grown-up. But that is why I said she could have stopped the bus, told them to stop, get up, tell them to stop. If they cannot stop, then I'm gonna call the police. Or she could have just called the police and have the police come in and get the situation under control. And this is why I do believe they need to also get some type of security on each of these school buses, so you can decrease the chance of something like this happening. It's a tragedy what happened to this little girl. And it's also a tragedy that no one could really do anything to stop the bullying. It escalated to something like this, to the child being unalive. Now, as far as charges, I don't know if the district attorney is going to pursue charges or what. I don't know for sure. He or she could, but I don't know. And if the bus driver should be held accountable too, again, I don't know because I don't know what their protocol is regarding if two students are, in arguments or fighting on the school bus. I don't know what their protocol is. If she did not follow the protocols, then yes, she should be held accountable as well. But if she did follow the protocol, then it is what it is. But as grown-ups, though, I do have to say this. If you see kids fighting, okay, if you can, you should try to at least call the police. If you can't even, if you're scared to try to break them up, at least call the police because you just never know. That one phone call could save one of their lives. You know what I'm saying? This little girl was only 12 years old. And the other little girl, I guess, probably 15 years old or somewhere around that age. Let me see if I can find any more information on these two. Let's see. And my condolences are expressed out to Jada's parents and other relatives and her friends. And if she rests in peace, and my prayers are extended to her family as well, especially her mom, her parents, and her siblings. Let's see here. Yep, they said that she stood her ground against a bully. So let's see what else they got here. Same thing, basically. So the police did launch an investigation, okay? That's a good thing. I wonder how old the other girl is. and what grade she is in. They probably won't release that. They may though. They may release her age. Yeah, so if I get any updates, I'll definitely let you guys know. Again, my condolences are expressed out to her mom, her dad, her siblings, her other family members, her friends, and my prayers are also extended out to them. And may Jada West rest in peace, okay? And I will keep you guys updated when I get more information. That is sad. All right. Yeah, that's what that the relative just said, right? And as a parent, if you are there and you're watching your daughter fight another kid and you're not stopping them, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You really shouldn't be. Damn, you are a grown up. That's why these damn kids are so BAD, because the damn parents are no better. If that was her mom there, her mom should have made her leave and be quiet. So anyway, like I said, I'll keep you guys updated as I get more information. I'll keep her story here so I won't forget. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. And now I want to give you guys some updates on Nancy Guthrie, okay? We gotta do this real quick. Hold on for a second, y'all. Damn, cold be acting up. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so let me turn my music back on in the background. Let's stop sharing this. Okay, so with Nancy, let's see here what updates I have. And I know everybody knows about Nancy Guthrie's case, so I'm not going to go back over that part of it, okay? Anyway, so two things. Now, an ex-cop clearly must have took a look at the surveillance footage, and he claims that he spotted some chilling new details. So let's see what he's talking about. Let's see here. So they claim that this could be a potential breakthrough. I don't know how true that is, okay? So like we already know, Nancy was reported missing on February the 1st after vanishing from her Arizona home. And she's been missing all this time, and they don't really have no real leads or anything. Anyway, let me go ahead and move up. So they did have some developments. I told you guys about some mysterious man who claimed that he saw Nancy now about, 15 days ago, or maybe 10 days ago. Then I told you about a woman's body found in the Phoenix Canal, but it wasn't her. And I told you another story about a neighbor or something saw a woman hanging from a car screaming. And then what about the man who was like trying to get over the gate to the backyard? Who in the heck is that? All right. And then who was the dude on Nancy's porch in the mask who tampered with the surveillance video? Who was he talking to? Because it looked like he was talking to someone. And what was he looking for on that ground? We know on the porch, we know on the ground, he picked up some twigs to put on the camera, but what was he looking at for beforehand? He was looking on the porch before he even got off the porch. Okay. So anyway, this dude said I would not say that it's necessarily military or police, but somebody who is experienced enough with firearms where he's more comfortable carrying it in a holster than just shoving it into his waistband, like most thugs. Dale, who is the ex-cop, explained this during his appearance on the podcast, Break the Case with Jen Coffindaffer. Dale observed that most criminals don't utilize holsters and that the officers and civilians who shoot a lot are really the only people who use these. He pointed out that throughout his career, he had arrested and participated or assisted in the arresting of literally thousands of people, and it was uncommon for those criminals he dealt with to use a holster. So let's see. He said, I have arrested and participated or assisted in the arresting of literally thousands of people in all kinds of circumstances. And it's maybe only in one or two circumstances that I have ever come across somebody who actually had a holster for their pistol, because usually it's just tucked into their pants until he be shades too. Because I like everything done, professionally. Now, as the search for Nancy continues, investigators have been examining a damaged utility box near her home in Catalina Foothills near and they was looking at this to explore a possible link to an internet outage reported around the time she was believed to have been kidnapped. Among the evidence discovered are black gloves containing DNA, which were found 2 miles from her house and recently linked to a local restaurant employee with no connection to Nancy's disappearance. Okay. There was brief concern that Nancy might have been unalive when a body was discovered in a Phoenix canal, but officials have since confirmed the deceased was another woman and not Nancy. Throughout the month, Nancy has been missing. Her daughter, Savannah, has posted numerous videos pleading for her mother's safe return, alongside siblings Cameron and Annie. Now, the U.S. Attorney for the District of Arizona, Timothy Cocaine, assured that they were doing everything possible to bring Nancy back home. He said the United States Attorney Office, together with the FBI and every other law enforcement agency involved in finding Nancy, will go anywhere, do anything, and persevere always to find her. And persevere always to find her, he declared in a statement as reported to OK Magazine. So let's see what some people are saying. Okay, so they got stupid comments up here. So this ex-cop basically is saying that the person who they think, the person who was on a porch, the suspect, they say this ex-cop says this person appeared or seemed to be experienced because he was comfortable with his GUN in a holster right there in the front. He said most thugs and stuff don't use a holster. They just tuck it inside their pants or wherever the case is. So he thinks this person is experienced. I think the person is a professional person too, because for one thing, he didn't look like he was like timid or anything, and just the way everything was done and no real leads or anything. Clearly this person been at the house before or been around the house to be able to, know how to maneuver in the house so quickly, or even if he took his time, he knew he could do this because he knew no one would probably be around except Nancy. Plus, another reason why I say I believe is someone that she knows or they've been to the house before. See, if somebody wants to get you, they can easily pose as other people, okay? Even like doing work in your house and just be taking a look at where everything is, your normal habits, all types of stuff. And clearly this person knew that she got a pacemaker on. You say you're not seeing a motive other than money. Right, you can't do that. It sure is weird. But the thing is, like I was saying about this pacemaker, now one would say maybe he saw the pacemaker when he went to kidnap her, right? When he was struggling probably with her in the bed or whatever, because they claimed that she was asleep when he came in. I mean, that could be the case, but I don't know for sure. I'm thinking that this person probably knows that she was wearing a pacemaker, but I don't know for sure because he might not have known. And when he saw something attached to the phone, he could have just pulled it up from it. But I still think he knew about the pacemaker because if you see a wire plugged into a phone, you know, sometimes you would automatically just pull it out because, you know, you don't want anybody to know, you know, where she at and what's going on. So you probably naturally pull it right out and stuff. And that doesn't really mean that he knows that she has a pacemaker. He could have known though. He could have, hold on for a second, y'all, this cold is like doing the most. I'm gonna have to probably go to the doctor about my sinuses for real. Anyway, let's see. Okay, y'all didn't write anything up there. So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe, I don't know for sure if he knew about that pacemaker because he could or he might not have. But I still say he's been in that house before because even though he probably can get a layout online, how did he know what bedroom she was in? I mean, of course, he was in the house long enough to go search each bedroom. But if somebody's walking around your house searching each room, then Nancy would have woke up. And then that would have showed on that pacemaker before they got a chance to take it loose. So therefore, they would have been like, when Nancy got up. So that right there indicates to me that he did not have to search for her. He probably already knew what room she was in. And he also had to know no one else was in that house either. Okay? Because there's no way he would have came if he knew some other person was there with her. So he probably knew that she lived there by herself. You said it's a 50-50 chance she's still alive. Yeah. So I think, like I said, I think it's someone that's been to that house, maybe posing as somebody doing some work there, or maybe someone she knows. I don't know. But it's just, you know, it's a lot of stuff that a stranger just would not know. And then I'm still asking the question, what was he looking for on the patio? We know what he was looking for when he went off the patio, you know, the porch, because then he got some like twigs or something to put on the camera. But what was he looking for on that porch? And a lot of people claim it was other people standing out there, another person or two. I thought I saw just one person. So did he really do all of this by himself, or did he have accomplices? And we still don't know who is the guy in the other backyard looking like he was about to jump the daggone fence. And then another neighbor said she saw a dude walking around looking weird, just looking weird, just looking at stuff. So is that person connected to the disappearance? Right. I mean, there's a lot of weird questions out here that need to basically be answered. Not weird questions, but there's a lot of questions that need to be answered because there's a lot of weird stuff that, transpired around the time she was kidnapped or maybe weeks before she was kidnapped. Just like the utility thing that started messing up that they're talking about right now. And what else? I already said about the lady screaming outside of the car window, hanging out the window screaming. Was that her? And that's nothing. Did they check all of the neighbors' homes and stuff? Did they check all of the neighbors' homes? Because you never know. Sometimes the same people, the very same people who act like they are concerned, be the ones who did shit or set things up. I'm still going to say that person knows more about her than what we probably think. Because I'm just trying to figure out how did he know that she would be at home by herself? That she probably, well, of course, she'll probably be asleep late at night like that, But the pacemaker, and where everything was, like where she was sleeping at. Because let me tell you something, she could sleep anywhere in the house, but this person knew she probably would be sleeping in that one place. It's a lot of questions, like I just said. Let me see what else I got on Nancy. Okay, let me see here. So we just got that one. So now the sheriff is hit with a $1 million lawsuit, but it's from an Arizona inmate. Okay, so this inmate did a lawsuit on him for $1 million because he alleged the top cop and his deputies put his life at risk by not adhering to CV-19 protocols, according to court documents. Okay. So anyway, Christopher Michael Marks, an inmate at Pima County Jail, filed the lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for the District of Arizona on March the 5th. While Nanas and his deputies have been criticized over the lack of any real leads in their months-long investigation into Guthrie's disappearance. Looked like he's a little off anyway. Marks claimed in the filing that his life was endangered after a sheriff deputy at Pima County Jail was working between a unit where an inmate with CV-19 was in quarantine in his unit. And this is according to the court documents obtained by the Post. He said this deputy was going back and forth working both units. Our unit was on lockdown because this deputy was working both units. And that's what Marks wrote in the lawsuit. While working between the units, including serving dinner, the sheriff deputy allegedly did not wipe down his body to sanitize himself from the highly contagious virus. He said neither did Sheriff Nanas nor his deputies were effectively trying to contain the CV-19 from spreading, which represented a threat to Mark's safety, the document alleges. It says, this put my life in jeopardy with their actions constantly. I could have passed on. The inmate who was found guilty of shoplifting in late 2024, according to Newsweek, claimed that Nanas in the department violated Article 2 of the Arizona State Constitution, known as the Declaration of Rights, though the threat to his safety accrued an unusual punishment. The inmate is suing for an apology from the sheriff and a whopping $1 million+ so he can donate to 2 apartment buildings used to house the formerly homeless. Mark's lawsuit is also seeking that Nanas in the department ensure they properly disinfect their bodies while working between quarantine units. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. I mean, it is his right to be able to sue if something is not if somebody's not doing what they need to do, to provide protection or whatever. It is his right. So we'll see how that plays out if I, remember to check it for updates on that. You said they did not appear to be concerned about being seen, but yet went out of their way to cover the Ring camera. That's somebody close. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, that is weird. Cover the Ring camera so she wouldn't be able to see them at the door. Huh. Okay. Let's see here. Somebody said they need to arrest the sheriff so he can spill the beans. Some people think he's the one involved in this, okay? Allegedly. Some people think that. I don't know if he is, okay, but some people think that. So let's see what else we got here. Any more updates? Let's see here. Okay, I think that's it for all the updates. Yeah, I think that's all the updates for Nancy Guthrie. Still no real leads though. My prayers are standing out for her family as well and for Nancy. Hopefully she is still alive. I don't know. It's been like ever since January 31st. It's February 31st. Let's see, March 2nd. That's a whole month. It's like, what, 8 weeks or so or 9 weeks now? She's been gone for a long time. And I just cannot believe though, there are no leads, none whatsoever. But you know what? There are a lot of missing people out here, right? And they do not know what happened to them. No leads or anything. She's not the only one. It's a bunch of people like that. That's why when y'all be out, when you have people in your houses, when you're driving alone or whatever, even if you got somebody with you, always stay on alert, period. And if you are elderly, just make sure you stay alert. Make sure you don't be, let everybody come up in your house, let people see what you do. Make sure you have a alarm that has the subscription paid. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have one like that, and have alarms in secret places so it can record what the person, if somebody break in or whatever the case is, they won't see the camera. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, I think when you start getting older, you should be like going to the range and practicing and things of that nature, and practice hand exercises and arm exercises so you can keep your arms and stuff strong so you can be able to defend yourself if you're at home by yourself, period. But more importantly though, keep them damn doors locked, watch your surroundings, watch who you have coming to your house. Don't be telling people your business. If people calling up on the phone, playing on your phone, don't talk to them. Just hang up the phone. Because sometimes people call you up to see if you're there by yourself. So don't give out any information on the phone. Even if they say your daughter's in jail or whatever the case is, just hang up the phone and just call the jail and see, or call your daughter and see if she's in jail, or your son. They be doing all types of scams to old people. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely have to, watch out and stuff. Just watch out, watch people, and watch who you have in your house. Point blank, and who you friend. Because I'm telling you, I just believe that this person who took her is somebody who might have did some things, like work or something for her. So again, my prayers are standing out for the entire family, Guthrie's family, and for Nancy. And I hope that she is found still alive. I really do. But they do need to check all of the neighbors' basements, like you said, Jermaine, for real, for real. They really do. Just check everywhere. But you know what? They could have already did that. So we will never know. All right, so let's see what else we got here. Lil Durk. Hey, let me tell y'all about him real quick. Okay, we got about 20 more minutes that I got to get out of here. Okay. I didn't change it. Let me do it again. All right. So Little Durk, they say he finally gets his wish as the Murder for Hire case takes a turn. Okay. Let's see what they're talking about real quick. So as we know, Little Durk has officially hired Brian Steele to represent him in his Murder for Hire case. Jury selection will begin on August the 20th, nearly 2 years after he and the family affiliates, were originally arrested. In joining Durk's defense, Steele will replace attorney Jonathan M. Brayman. So let's see. Let's see what else we got. So anyway, his attorney, Brian Steele, has made a name for himself in the hip hop community, you guys, for representing many high profile rappers in recent years. So he did defend Young Thug in the YSL RICO trial back in 2024. He joined Diddy's legal team for his criminal trial in 2025. So Steele told Billboard while speaking with the outlet earlier this month, I get very close to my clients. I meet their families. Because if I'm going to defend somebody, I gotta be invested. I gotta believe in the person. I gotta make it where if I lose this case, it's going to ruin my life. I just want to help people ethically and I can't even say this word, zealously. Y'all got to excuse that right there. And I don't want to hurt anybody. And God willing, something good will come out. Now, as for Little Durk's criminal case, the trial date of August the 25th, 2026 came after a recent delay. When authorities arrested him in 2024, they charged him with conspiracy, murder for hire, and firearm use in a violent crime. They alleged that he orchestrated the attempted murder of Quando Wando back in 2022. He has already pleaded not guilty and continued to maintain his innocence. In January, Durk hinted at struggling with losing touch with his friends while behind bars. He said, crazy how you gotta wait until it's dark out to see who really with you. Now he wrote that over a black screen on his Instagram story. So I guess a lot of his friends must have turned their back on him since he's been incarcerated. So let's see what some people are saying. Somebody said supporting a known G member that promotes violence and murder is crazy. Then another commenter said, and you voted right, seems like every president we had. And then another person said supporting PEDOs in rapists is crazier. Somebody said they honestly don't have nothing but hearsay. My guy getting up out of there. Okay. Let's see. Another commenter said he's going to face the consequences regardless of who his lawyer is. Somebody said, Dirk, this is for you. If the judge offers you 10 years, jump on it. Yeah, 10 years. I mean, it's a lot, but I mean, he's pretty young. So if they gave him some type of deal and they offer him 10 years, especially if his lawyer knows for sure that he's going to get more, then of course that would be, a smart thing to do. But if he's saying that he's innocent, that's just, he has to see, when he talks to his lawyer and he finds out everything he needs to find out. Because we can't really say what he should do, unless we're in that situation. Because we don't know what they're discussing behind, closed doors, what offers they may be making him or anything. Yeah, it's hard for me to talk. My nose are congested and stuff, so y'all got to excuse the bloopers tonight. It's gonna get worse and worse because I can barely breathe. It's like I'm drowning on the inside from all this, congestion or whatever the case is. So it's hard for me to talk. That's why I didn't come on yesterday too. You said no. Let's see what you said right here. No, his clients just got to be able to line his pockets. He ain't representing no broke ninjas. I know. Miss me with the MLK speech. Okay. Dirk Cook, the old lawyers, couldn't get it done. The new lawyer lost Thug in Diddy's case. So you think he's going to lose? Like I said, no, like somebody else said, if the judge offers him 10 years, you better jump on it if he thinks he's going to get life or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because 10 years is still a long time, but it's not like 20 years, okay? And he can possibly do 10 years. How long he's been incarcerated now? Because if he did get 10 years, they offer him 10 years, right? He's already been in there for what? A year, 2 years? So that'll be time served. So we will see, and I'll keep y'all updated. Okay? We will see. Hold on, y'all. Hey. All right. Hey. Oh, man. So Diddy is doing a lot of stuff too behind bars. So let me tell y'all this little crazy story right here now. All right, hold on. Let me take Durk off here. So he's been in there already 2 years. So if they did offer him 10 years, he would just have 8 more years to go. So I don't know. We'll see though. I forgot exactly what happened with him because I cover so many different cases. He's the one where his friend had on a wire, right? And he was saying stuff, but that doesn't mean the stuff that he was saying in his rap is actually true. It doesn't mean that he's talking about what he did, but it is what it is. Let me see what y'all said. A couple of herbs, okay. Well, like I just said before, like somebody else said, actually, if he is offered 10 years, he better take that because he was talking a lot of stuff in those little raps and stuff and everything. Yeah, I don't know why they be telling stuff in these raps. Damn. On social media either. I don't know why they be telling stuff. But he's not the only one that tells everything on social media. A lot of people do that, just be telling everything and be swearing other people telling their business when they tell their own business right on social media. Everything you need to know, you just go on social media and you can find it out. Yeah, that's what he was rapping about, right? Allegedly. That's crazy. If you do something, I think you should just be quiet. You shouldn't say anything, right? I remember. You shouldn't say nothing about what you possibly could have done, you paid for, or anything. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Before we get to this other story, I got an update on Jeffrey, you know who. All right. I'm not going to put this thing up there, though, because every time I talk about him Like if I have this thing up there, they don't show these videos. Let me just tell you how to update real quick. What did I do with this stuff, Jeff? So let's see here. So listen, the other day they were telling us about a guard, okay, who got a suspicious deposit, okay, allegedly of $5,000. I think a couple of days before Jeff was found unalive or after, I can't remember what they said. Anyway, the same guard, they said this guard Googled Jeffrey just before his body was found. And this is the same one, this is the same person who had the suspicious bank deposits. So let me see. And this is a black lady too. Yep, one guard Googled Jeffrey shortly before he was found unalive. She was also reportedly flagged for making suspicious bank deposits in the months prior to his unaliving. Her name is Tova, I guess, Noel. She later admitted to falsifying records about Jeffrey in his 2019 unaliving. She also twice Googled latest on Jeffrey in jail in the hour before his body was discovered in a cell. And that's according to a copy of her online history. They said the former guard at New York City's Metropolitan Correctional Center completed the online search at 5:42 a.m. local time, and again at 5:52 a.m. on August the 10th. And that's according to the files. Jeffrey's body was found by fellow guard Michael Thomas less than 40 minutes later at 6:30 a.m. Jermaine, is he related to you? Noel later denied Googling Jeffrey at work, telling police in a 2021 sworn statement to the DOJ, "I don't remember doing that." Both she and Thomas were charged with falsifying prison records to make it seem as though they had performed required checks on Jeffrey before he was found alive. Prosecutors later dropped the charges against them, citing a plea deal. Okay. See, this is why people don't think he unalived himself. All right, because isn't that convenient that they would be offered a plea deal and the charges would be dropped? That is weird. Because let's think about this. If the guards did something, then that means that they probably was ordered to do that. So of course, the same person who ordered them to do it or her to do it or whatever, I'm just thinking, I'm not saying that they did anything, I'm just saying that person would make sure that any charges would be dropped and they would not, go to jail. Lose the job, but not go to jail. And plus, don't tell her how much money she already got or they already got, right? Now, DOJ files reviewed by the New York Post and the Telegraph reportedly also show that Noel's bank flagged her to the FBI in the months before Jeffrey's unaliving. She had more than a dozen deposits to her account starting in April 2018, and those were flagged by Chase Bank in a suspicious activity report. The largest deposit of $5,000 was made on July the 30th, 2019, 10 days before Jeffrey's unaliving. Noelle was never charged with any crime related to those deposits. Sure, she wasn't. Shit. And then listen, this is something that I've never heard before. They said that in addition to scrutiny around Noelle, the DOJ files also showed that a fellow inmate reported hearing guards talk about covering up Jeffrey's unaliving on the morning his body was found, according to a review of the inmate's report by the Miami Herald. The inmate told the FBI that they woke in the special housing unit. Do they mean that they worked in a special housing unit where he and Jeffrey were both jailed? Well, no. An inmate. What? Okay, hold on. The inmate told the FBI that they woke in the special housing unit. I'm thinking they mean work, where he and Jeffrey were both jailed to hear. No, he woke up. Okay, I see now. To hear officers shouting, breathe, breathe. And then one officer said, dudes, you unalive that dude. I don't know if I believe that, but I mean, it could be true. A female guard allegedly then said, if he is unalive, we are going to cover it up and he's going to have an alibi, my officers. And then the inmate said fellow inmates later blamed Noelle for Jeffrey's unaliving. I mean, that could be true. That could be true. So it's more than one inmate. I said the inmate told the FBI that they woke the special housing unit where he and Epstein were both jailed to hear officers shouting, breathe, breathe. And then one officer say, dudes, you unalive that dude. Dudes, you unalive that dude. And then the female guard allegedly then said, if he is not alive, we're going to cover it up and he's going to have an alibi, my officers. I don't believe he unalived himself. I really don't. I don't believe he unalived himself. And a lot of people are blaming this other dude, so y'all know who I'm talking about. And what's up with all those daggone deposits she was getting into her account? She got more than, like, I think they said more than 12. And the highest one was 5,000. So the other one's probably was what? 1,000 to, let's see, 5, 6. I wonder how much did she get altogether? So I don't know. This is crazy. And then the inmates who said they heard the guards talking, and they are the ones who unalive this dude. But what about those deposits that she got? And her account was flagged because she was getting so many of them. So what was that for? So just say if these inmates are telling the truth, then they would have purposely unalive this dude. I don't know if I believe that they're going those inmates though. I just don't, because why would they be saying everything else if they did this on purpose, right? Because I'm thinking that maybe those deposits came because of something that was done. And if they would have did this on accident, then they wouldn't be getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm just saying if they did anything, because they might not have anything in those inmates, they just be lying all the way around. But I still believe that somebody unalived him. I don't believe he committed the S word. I just do not believe that. Right. They sure did. You said what? Yep. Yep. His brother definitely does not believe that Jeff committed the S word. I don't believe he did either. Plus, when he hired his own examiner, I forgot what you call these people, medical examiner, that person said that the stuff around his, I forgot what he said, but anyway, he was saying that those injuries does not appear to be like injuries that you would do to yourself if you had, unalived yourself. So I don't know. I just don't believe he did it. You said, I think it was to protect one man. DJT. Yep. I believe so too. You know what? His brother thinks that. He said it when he was on the interview. He said that person is responsible for his brother's unaliving. And those guards know what happened too, because they probably, they know what happened. Put it like that. They know exactly what happened. They said that somebody said way more than these two guards at that jail benefited financially while Jeffrey was having an assisted S word. Yeah, they were paid. That's why she was going in there getting all those deposits. At least that's what it looks like anyway. Yep, and then I wonder how much they paid, because 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe $12,000 is not enough if you offer somebody. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Yeah, that's why. That is why. Now she's in a cell now with some lady who unalived somebody. Let me see. See if I can pull that back up. Just Lane, that's her name, right? Damn, hold on, y'all. Type this right. Just Lane. Hold on, y'all. She's in jail now. She shares a cell with some notorious lady killer, I believe. I think that's what I read. Let me see. Let's see. Can't even find a daggone article now. I was just looking at it a few minutes ago. Let's see. See if I can find it real quick. I don't see the story. Let's see right now. But if I see it again, I'll tell y'all about it tomorrow, because I don't see it. Okay, so anyway, like I said, I believe Jeff was unalive. I really do. It's just a weird little story. Also that jail security footage got a gap in it or something like that. So yeah, they probably clipped that and shit so we wouldn't see what happened to him. These people be having a lot of trickery going on. All right, so let me go ahead and tell y'all some breaking news real quick, and then that will be it for this live tonight. It's getting later and later and later. Excuse me, y'all. Let's see. Okay, let me tell y'all this story. This is the story I was going to tell you guys. Hold on. Okay, so a 28-year-old woman, y'all, was beheaded and hung from a tree while visiting a meditation resort. Okay? Let's see what went on here with her. You can't feel safe anywhere these days, for real. Let's see if the story will come back up. Because, of course, I don't see it. It's not coming up now. Hold on. Let me click it again. Shit. Okay, let me do it like this. 28. Let me just type it into Google. Oh, let's see if I can pull the story back up. Yeah, this is it right here. This was 2 days ago. She was in a different country, though. That's crazy. Let me see. Yeah, she was visiting a meditation resort. Let's see, 33 years old. She lived in Dublin. She flew to Kerala in India and had planned to visit a yoga retreat, but her body was found weeks later in a mangrove. Gosh, that's why you can't be doing this. And you know who did this? They said 2 men. One was a tourist guide. Let's see. I don't know who the other one was. One was 32. The other one was 28. They actually, this is what they did. Okay. They basically lured her with weed, okay? So I guess you smoke. And then, I guess she got high with them. And then they drugged her, okay? Then after they did that, that's when they raped her. And then they unalived her. They beheaded her and hung her from a tree. That's crazy. And why did they cut her head off? That's weird. So those 2 were sentenced to life in prison too, as they should have been. Weird asses. So she had went with her sister. She traveled with her sister for treatment at a traditional, I don't know how you pronounce this, Ayurveda healing center, I guess. Her family fought for years to secure justice, and the crime sparked huge outrage in India, forcing the government to introduce tougher anti-rape laws, including the penalties in some cases. Hey. That is crazy. I still don't understand why they hung her from a tree, beheaded her, and all that. I mean, that's crazy. Then check this one out. Her husband, 75 years old, busted after dismembered remains of his much younger wife was found scattered in New York City. Now, I saw this story the other day. 75 years old. Now, let's see. He was arrested for murder around 10:25 a.m. inside the South Ozone Park home where he lived with his Celicia Ali, 34. Okay. So those two met back in 2023 and maintained a long distance relationship while she was living in Trinidad. She moved to Queens in 2024 and the pair eventually got married, according to the sources. Did I just say she was 35 and he is 70 some years old? Anyway, the investigation began after a torso later determined to belong to Ali was found by sanitation workers stuffed in a trash bag on September 22nd, 2025, near Idlewood Park, a marshland close to JFK Airport. The decomposed torso was missing its arms, legs, and head, and was wrapped in tape and rope, according to cops. The torso had several unique and identifiable tattoos. The doctor further states that he believes that straight edge instruments, such as a knife, was used to cut through the soft tissue, and some sort of saw was used to cut through the bone. Then on March the 5th, detectives investigating the case found a human head at the Jamaica Bay Wildlife, about 10 miles from the first scene. They do not know the exact circumstances of the murder and where and when it took place. They were investigating that. This old ass man. Ali was last seen on July 13 while on FaceTime with a family member. And then her husband filed a missing report for her that same day, according to the sources. Now, this man, her husband, has one prior arrest from October in connection to the misdemeanor assault of a stranger during a dispute on Liberty Avenue near Forbell Street in Ozone Park. At 75 years old, what? Let me look at this old ass man. This is this man, right? I would beat the shit out of him. Talk about fighting somebody at 75. This is this man right here who did all this stuff. Okay, looks hard to see. Let's see what else they got. Okay, so isn't it Simbu? Simbu, who was also charged with obstructing governmental administration and tampering with physical evidence in the new case, was awaiting arraignment late Wednesday afternoon. People are crazy. This is the same man right here. Crazy ass. That's crazy, man. I wonder why did he do that though, for real. She probably was playing around because he's so damn old. That's why you can't be sitting up here marrying these 34-year-old women and you're like almost 80. I mean, come on now. That's probably why he did that. She probably was cheating. He got mad and that's why he did that. That is crazy. Yeah. Some crazy people out here, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. It really is. Let's see. Dang. You would think when you start getting 60 years old, you would slow your roll, start enjoying life. Really at 50, you should be doing that. Slow your roll, start enjoying life, and just enjoy life. Even if you was doing crimes before, you would just basically stop doing this shit. Because who in the heck wants to go to jail when they damn near 80 and have to live the rest of your life incarcerated? Even at 50, 60, why would you want to be incarcerated? Dang. Okay, let's see. They got a blood pressure recall, you guys. Blood pressure medicine recall. Okay, it's Rampril, Ramipril. 5 milligram capsules. Batch number G as in George, R as in Rope, 164099. And the reason why, because they said it may have a potential manufacturing error, okay? They said that these cartons are labeled as Ramapil 5 milligram capsules incorrectly, containing blister strips of amlodipine 5 milligram tablets. They did say return any affected packs to the pharmacist. So you can also type in on Google medication recalls or hypertension medication recalls. And, or you can put in RAMIPRILL recall, and you'll find out all the information about that blood pressure medication. Okay? And this is the last story right here for the night. They claim that if you take this multivitamin, it could help you live longer. And they also say it could keep you younger. Okay, let's see which one it is. So they say use Centrum Silver. Okay, that medicine, not medicine, but those vitamins have vitamin A, C, and D in it, along with iron and calcium. Let's see what else it has in there. Okay, so yeah, that's what they have there. Let's see. And let's see what else they got in here. So they claim that can help you live longer and feel youthful, I guess. Is that what I said at first? Keep you youthful and to live longer. I don't know how true it is, but I do believe vitamins can play a role in helping you to age gracefully and possibly help you live longer. I definitely know if you catch a cold, you take a vitamin D3, but you need to make sure you need it first. It definitely shortens the span of a cold and making the symptoms less. Because if I wasn't taking vitamin D3 and all this other stuff I'm taking, shit, I wouldn't be able to do this live at all. At least I can do it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's just that, like I said, my nasal cavity, that's what's really affecting me now. And a lot of people saying they don't believe it, but the thing is, just take some vitamins sometime and you'll see. Nothing is like can stop anything 100%, but it can be, slow stuff down or help you to go through certain things a little bit more easier. You're still going to age, but if it can help you age gracefully and you can still be more youthful than other people at your age, that's just a good thing, in my opinion. It's a good thing regardless. But anyway, they claim that Centrum, the vitamin, multivitamin, could help you live longer and keep you younger. And I just told you what it has in it. I think I said vitamin D, right? Vitamin A and C, and iron and calcium. But if your iron level is good, you don't need extra iron. It's like vitamin D3. You don't need that if that's good already. But definitely vitamin C, and I think vitamin A is that's something you should be doing. Along with some other type of vitamins and stuff. There's just so much that you have to take. It's plenty. This is a lot. This is a lot, man. It gets on your nerves, but you got to do it. And exercise and massages and stuff. Get enough sleep. All right. So anyway, we are getting ready to get out of here because Shades Tube is getting tired. I don't know how people stay online all damn day and night doing 50,000 videos in 6 hours. I don't know how people do that. But anyway, thanks to everybody for being here. Night Owls, thank y'all for being here. Tony Bands, Jermaine. Let's see who else. I think that was it over here. Everybody in the bushes, everybody who watched this in the replay. Excuse my bloopers, but bear with me while I got this cold, you guys. It's hard doing these lives. All right. Y'all don't forget the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification, share, leave a comment. And if you want to show additional support for the channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, cash app donation at $Shades Tube, or copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. Alrighty, let's get this back up. I think I had the other one up first. This one, my mistake. It's supposed to be this one all along. All right, we're gonna take that message out. Y'all make sure y'all check out my Country Rain reaction live tomorrow, early afternoon, and I'll be doing another daily reaction tomorrow in my YouTube shorts. All right, and I'll see y'all for the Night Owl live tomorrow night. Blessed night. All right, and thanks again. Thanks, Jermaine. And again, my condolences are expressed out to all of the people, to Jada's mother, okay, and her siblings and her dad and her other family. And my prayers are extended out to them again. And my prayers are extended out to Nancy Guthrie's family, and her kids and stuff. And I hope they do find this lady and she still is alive by some miracle. I hope she is. I really do. And my prayers go out to all the other people I talked about, to their family members and stuff. The lady who was beheaded and raped and all the other stuff. And all the other stuff that I talked about tonight and stuff. All right? Other than that, y'all have a good night. Sweet dreams and be blessed. And happy and blessed Thursday. Good night, y'all. Let me do this. Let me change this banner and stuff first, y'all. Change everything back. Cute girl, too. Yeah. Hate that happened to her. Good night, y'all. Sweet dreams. Let me see what y'all said. All right, y'all. Let's get out of here.
Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades Tube, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shay walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
Late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Look on Shay's Tube, press replay. You thought I lacked A, back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Look on Shay's Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line and somebody hurt. Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slip, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shades 2, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. Shades 2, she back again.
It's late night with Shay.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shades 2, press replay. Like you thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shades 2, press replay. Like you thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
Good night and sweet dreams, y'all. Good night.